Sin. It's a term that has been ingrained in our minds for centuries. This heavy idea that we are somehow born bad, flawed from the start. It's a concept that has shaped our self-perception. The bottom line is sin does not exist. This notion of inherent sinfulness is a human construct. Sin is more about controlling people for the purpose of coercion. Sin has been used to control and manipulate people for centuries, a concept that has dictated people's thoughts and actions by shaming, guilt-tripping, and fear-mongering people. Many religions teach that humans are born sinners. This indoctrination has been passed down through generations. There is no evidence to show that human beings are inherently bad. It's a false narrative we've been conditioned to believe. We enter the world as innocent babies, pure and untainted. We don't arrive with a rulebook of wickedness. Our minds are blank slates. We learn, we adapt, we make mistakes. It's a natural part of growth. That's part of being human. We grow through experiences, both good and bad. But to say we are born stained with sin, it's nothing more than a guilt trip. It's a false narrative that deserves to be called out. Let's ditch the dogma and engage in some critical thinking. Let's challenge these age-old beliefs. It's time to break free and redefine our understanding. We live in an age of science, an age of demanding evidence. We seek proof for everything, from the smallest claims to the grandest theories. So where's the proof for this inherent sinfulness? Where is the evidence that we are born with a moral defect? We can point to genes that influence our physical traits like height and eye color. But where's the gene for being bad? Is there a genetic marker that makes us inherently sinful? Spoiler alert, it doesn't exist. There's no single gene that dictates our morality. The truth is, there's no scientific basis for the idea that humans are born morally flawed. No study has ever found a sin gene. Our morality, our sense of right and wrong, develops through life experience. It's shaped by the world around us. We learn from our families, our cultures, and the traditions we grow up with. Our interactions with the world and the people in it teach us what is right and wrong. It's a process, not a pre-programmed state. We aren't born with a fixed moral code. Neuroscience tells us that our brains are incredibly adaptable. They are like sponges, absorbing information and experiences. They change and develop based on our experiences, constantly evolving. This means we are constantly learning and evolving our moral compass. Our sense of ethics grows with us. We aren't stuck with some fixed, predetermined ethical code. We have the power to change and grow. So if science can't find evidence for inherent sin, why does the idea persist? Why do some people still believe it? The answer lies in the power dynamics at play. Throughout history, the idea of inherent sin has been used to control and manipulate the masses. Let's be honest, telling people they are inherently flawed is a powerful tool. It's a tactic that has been used for centuries to manipulate and control. It creates a sense of guilt, a need for redemption, and a feeling of unworthiness. And who better to provide that redemption than religious institutions? These institutions position themselves as the gatekeepers of salvation. Think about it. If you believe you are flawed from the get-go, you're more likely to seek guidance from external authorities. You're more likely to look for answers outside yourself. You're more likely to accept rules and doctrines without question, believing that they hold the key to your redemption. This creates a system of dependence where individuals are beholden to the very institutions claiming to offer salvation. It becomes a harmful cycle that's hard to break. It's crucial to recognize how the concept of sin can be weaponized. It can be used to control behavior, stifle dissent, and maintain power structures. It can keep people in line and obedient. Questioning the idea of inherent sinfulness is not about rejecting morality. It's about understanding where your beliefs come from. It's about reclaiming your own moral compass. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and decisions. It's about recognizing that you have the capacity for both good and bad, and that your choices, not some pre-existing condition, determine your course. You have the power to shape your own journey. The psychological toll of carrying the burden of sin is truly immense. It can lead to chronic guilt, low self-esteem, and a constant fear of making mistakes. This constant feeling of inadequacy can be paralyzing, preventing individuals from reaching their full potential. Imagine going through your entire life believing you are inherently immoral and evil and deserving of punishment. It's a recipe for self-sabotage and a diminished sense of self-worth. Instead of embracing our capacity for growth and learning, we become trapped in a cycle of shame and repentance. This sense of unworthiness can also make us vulnerable to manipulation. If we believe we are inherently bad, we are more likely to accept abuse or mistreatment. We might even blame ourselves for the harmful actions of others. Breaking free from this cycle of guilt is essential for our mental and emotional well-being. It's about recognizing that we are worthy of love and respect, regardless of our mistakes. So, what steps are you going to take to combat this false narrative of sin that continues to harm humanity? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Freethinker's Journey.